All right, so looks like we have another one for all those people that are always talking about why would they cheat, why would they do this, why would they do that, nah, nah, blah, blah, blah. Well, here we go. I'm not gonna play it all. I just gonna play portions of it. You can definitely check it out on Poker Bounty.
This time, it's Bryn Kenny who has been put under the crosshairs of some cheating accusations that borders on outright insanity. In this video, we look at all these allegations and what this does to the online poker landscape.
And you guys already know how I feel now. I was strong believer in it, and until the recent years, and recent years for me is probably about the last 6. Just lost all faith, all hope, all everything in it online.
All the wrong reasons after Martin Zamani took it to Twitter to blame Bryn Kenny for running a collusion ring on GG Poker. Later, Doug Polk organized a podcast to search out about the entire story. Polk claims that Kenny's counsel threatened him with legal action if misinformation is shared and badly impacts him. Nonetheless, Doug Polk began the interview 10 minutes later, much to the delight of the poker community. In the podcast, Bryn Kenny was accused by Zamani of recruiting horses to collaborate in online poker games as a group. Bryn Kenny met Zamani through WPT champion Dennis Blyden, who is currently serving 6.5 years in the jail for a $2.7 million embezzlement fraud. Zamani, in outing Bryn Kenny, himself admitted that he was part of a group of players that allegedly cheated others out of potentially millions of dollars, but he wants to make it right. According to Martin Zamani, Bryn Kenny would promote 5K and 10K tournaments, and he would earn all the rake from the tournaments and would also force and quote-unquote
Sort of sounds familiar. It may not be to that big of a scale, but if you check out America's Card Room and you look at some of the streamers from America's Card Room that stream on Twitch, and also see that some of their own home games or own supposed free rolls, I mean, it's basically the same thing, just much smaller scale.
Harass all his horses to play, so there is minimal or no overlay in those tournaments. According to some sources, Bryn was earning almost close to $2 million per week just from the commission. Another allegation was that Bryn would encourage his horses to collude in 10K or 25K satellites, saying, make sure to always do what's best for the team. And he did not want the satellites to end early, or else Bryn would lose all the overlay. Zamani also accused that Bryn was able to see other players' screens when they were playing on GG Poker. This accusation, if true, could be troublesome for the reputation of GG Poker, as this has a similar vibe to the Ultimate Bet super user cheating scam, which was one of the biggest poker cheating scams of all time.
And there's another one. People always talk about why would they do it, they won't do it. Just a whole bunch of nonsense. But like I say every time, it's already happened, and not just once. It has happened multiple times. And it's still happening. We just haven't figured it out, or we just not listening to other people, like listening people like me.
This concern was also put out by Doug Polk after the interview in a Twitter post. Forced collaboration in satellites, use of real-time assistance, and ghosting were just a few of the cheating strategies mentioned by Zamani. Those who were reportedly involved in online poker cheating at GG Poker and Party Poker were urged to do what they were told or risk being kicked out of the staking position, according to Zamani. That allegedly entailed living the lifestyle Bryn Kenny desired, which included...
So from this point, it goes into more details, but not just not really so much as the poker details, but the cult base details, and it gets pretty detailed to the point of it sounds very much so real, because it's you know what, I'll just play a little bit of it.
Following a vegan diet and living according to Kenny's expectations. Kenny's horses would be chastised, according to Zamani, for not upholding the leader's standards. He used the example of a player sneaking out to Taco Bell and getting reprimanded for it. Zamani also said that Bryn would do multi-accounting. One of the instances he mentioned in the podcast is that Bryn Kenny befriended Lauren Roberts but encouraged all his horses to join her table when she was online because she was a weaker player. Then when Bryn Kenny was with Lauren, he would play on her account unbeknownst to all his horses. Bryn is also accused of encouraging ghosting by his stronger horses when one of his weaker horses reaches the final table to ensure maximum chance of winning. These stronger horses used RTA to get an unfair advantage on their opponents. One of the most outrageous stories Zamani told was the time Bryn forced him to visit a...
So here it is. Like, this part just, it's... This dude either has a great imagination or he's telling the truth.
Shaman to cleanse his energy. This included Zamani doing sort of a painful ritual called Kambo, used by indigenous people for centuries to heal and cleanse the body by strengthening its natural defenses and warding off bad luck. Zamani said that the shaman would take incense sticks to the skin and blister it up. Then the blisters would be cut with a knife to open up the pores, and then poison taken from frogs are poured into the cuts. Thankfully, Zamani didn't permit the shaman to go through with the ritual on his body.
I'm just gonna skip
when Zamani complained to Bryn about this ordeal, Bryn told him to at least do a mushroom trip with the shaman to his birthday just to get into his staking program. Many people in the poker world have since come out and confirmed that they heard similar things, although this was hinted a few weeks ago by streamer Henry Kilbane.
A lot of people I've spoken to in private, without like naming any names, some of the elite people have also discussed him, Jake Schindler, Bryn Kenny,
Damn,
and
that
then a
dude
lot
just
of
has
their
a
horses
punchable
as
face.
well.
Wow, I never
Like
seen so much of a
I remember
punchable
seeing
face in
a
my life.
screenshot from a Discord group where Bryn was like literally telling his horses to use this software whilst playing.
Doug Polk also stated during the video that players he knew were texting him to confirm the charges. For Zamani, he appeared to have no regrets after the interview. As rightly said by Doug Polk,
Now this is what I really want you to hear.
playing online high-stakes poker in today's environment appears risky, and if such things continue, online poker is in for some dark times. This video is powered by...
And it's not just high stakes, it's low and mid. Like I said, I started right in the middle when I first started with Bovada. And then when I got to America's Card Room, like around 2014, I believe, I was playing much bigger. But there was there was a time where I left for 2 years and then I came back. Same nonsense. So I left again very shortly, but then, COVID, and then I came back around that time. And I was on there, I was playing the biggest games on there, but I couldn't stick with it because it was my first time where I was just losing, no matter what, no matter how, and it's the same Ukrainian and Russian players. Just so much fishiness. So then, I just started playing a lot smaller. But even then, it same nonsense. But I just want you guys to see some of that. I practically showed you guys the whole thing, but definitely go check it out on Poker Bounty. There's a few other videos, but yeah, I haven't clicked on them. Like this one here, that's most likely, looks like it's talking about it as well. Poker Bounty, it looks like Poker Bounty talks about, oh no, that's the other cheating supposed scandal. But yeah, whatever, man. There's a lot of people out here ruining the good name of poker, man. Especially online. Just horrible. It's not even just the people, it's the companies themselves. But hey, no one wants to listen. Everybody wants to sit up there and ask dumbass questions or make stupid ass comments. Just because, really. But whatever.